no human wants to accept their pain. Most humans don't accept their pain. I said all. I wouldn't say all. There would be a percentage out there that can manage it in some way where they can walk through the ring of fire, so to speak, and have the ability to keep walking through the blows that life is going to present every human in their life. Being an ex-junkie and spending years and years in jail, I am going to make the statement that my pain has been a blessing in disguise. Because without the pain, there's no paradox to overcoming it. It's impossible. What is there to overcome if you can't see it? Most people won't see it because they have it. And they want to blame people for it because they can't deal with it in a way where they can say, I am hurt. I feel rejected. I feel disappointed. I feel scared. I feel uncertain. I don't like myself. I'm angry. I'm annoyed. I'm uncertain. I have fears. I was just talking to a person I knew today, and he cut me off abruptly in his life about a year ago. And I seen him, and he was going through a tough time. And I said, "What's happening, mate?" And he got talking. I said, "How are you feeling?" I said, "You'd be disappointed. You'd feel rejected. You'd feel hurt. You'd feel alone." "I don't want to go there, Dean." I said, "Well, how do you go beyond where you are?" "I just want some heroin and end it." Okay. So every time you get to that level in your life where you're struggling because you don't admit the hurt and the pain and acknowledge and define it, and work out a new way to describe pain and struggle. It's okay to feel these emotions. The problem is that if are they described as feelings, or is it don't go there? No, 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 don't go there. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, well, what else have you got? Hello, you don't want to talk about it. So go and have the heroin. End it. If that's, if you don't want to go through it and you struggle to attach yourself to what you're doing, I just don't know how you can move forward in a way where you get some kind of point of reference for future problems that will come upon you, and they're dealt with more appropriately than you have dealt with it prior to not acknowledging your pain and stop blaming other people for it. Because blaming other people for it feels good. There's a release in blaming. That applies to everybody. It feels good at times when we can put our pain onto something else instead of owning it. It feels good. What doesn't feel good is sitting with it. So if you have to sit with it, if you're going to attempt to move away from blame and accountability to identify how you feel instead of blaming people for it. I'm not saying other people weren't responsible for your pain or associated with the interaction that's caused the pain. I'm not saying that that's not the case, because it is. I hope I'm not confusing people. It is. We're all connected. We have an effect on each and one of us. There's no one excluded. You can't live on this planet without being somewhat affected by other people or circumstances that happen in your life and other people's life. You can't isolate yourself that much. It's impossible. But what you can do when you arrive at that, you can deal with it. You can deal with it. There is a way out of it. And that's precise and accurate. Expressing feelings for these things. And there's thousands of feeling charts on the internet that people can look at to help them identify and acknowledge their emotions in these times. There's so many emotions that we can framework and start using as a point of reference instead of blaming the world or others all the time. And if we do start taking accountability and defining and describing emotions, we'll stop being a victim. We'll stop being a victim. Because a victim mentality is, if it's not blaming somebody, it's you want people to feel sorry for you. It's the same thing. And it's hard not to feel sorry for people at times because we're all beautiful. Every single one of us is beautiful. So the pain gives us an opportunity, and I just want to get something out of my book, which describes these feelings. In my book that I wrote, King Hit, I outlined these some emotional descriptions of feelings, and So in this, I talk about these are these are like they're not really emotions. These are a way of conducting yourself. But I will find emotional tables that people can use. But on page 77 of the book King Hit, I talk about point one: don't blame others for your actions. Point two: every moment you have a choice, decide wisely. 3. Never give up on your dreams, they will manifest. 4. Expand your vocabulary every day. 5. If you don't ask the question, you won't get the answer. 6. Feel grateful and abundant, but be aware of extremes, balance in all things. 7. Learn to be accepting, recognize that some situations and people will be out of your control. Allow, let go, and be. 8. Attack negative thinking. 9. When you are wrong, admit it. 10. Be true to yourself and be true to your world. 11. Treat others as you would like to be treated. 12. Be happy for other people instead of envious. 13. Be always on guard against judging other people. 14. Understand how attractive you are. So there's some of the points as far as being consciously aware of how we can change to be different. And the reason why it's important to look at a new table and new references, because we've got to do that to get out. There's just no other way out of it. If they're, like, how are you going to move out of somewhere as far as your belief systems or as far as your current personality, where you're looking at a blank bit of paper? But sometimes it's better to look at a blank bit of paper, because at least you're at the starting gates. At least you're ready to race. At least you're ready to arm up. At least you're ready to go. If you're looking at something different instead of the old repetitive behaviours, life's this. I can't do this. It's this person's fault why I'm like this. It's this person's fault why I'm like that. If this didn't happen, this wouldn't happen. I couldn't do this because of that. I'm not that person. I can't do that. It's impossible. I'm not designed that way. That's you. That's not me. Well, you can be anything you want. You can be anything you want. And if you don't think you can change, well, I'm here to tell you that you can change. And you're the one that says that. But as far as the paradox is concerned, you need it all. All you got to do from there is say, I'm not going to blame anybody for my life anymore, or I'm not going to blame people for my current situation, irrespectively of the struggle, irrespectively of the conflict, irrespectively of your disappointment, irrespectively of your rejection, irrespectively of your pain. It's there. It's all there. You can't get away from it. It's all there. It's all there. But I'm going to look at my part in it. I'm going to have a look at why do I do certain things that sets me up, where I affect other people, and their reaction is impacting me a lot. Why is this happening? because you're not dealing with the emotions. It just keeps coming back. It keeps coming back. That's the thing with pain. When it's not dealt with adequately, you can't escape it. It'll keep coming back to you exactly in the same situations, and you'll find yourself in this exactly situation again and again and again and again and again, because you don't acknowledge the pain as yours, nor can you deal with it because you disregard it. You're not going to start describing and defining new ways of looking at things and describing new emotional states if you don't take accountability for the pain. In some aspect, the only way I worked it out for me was the accountability. Now, you might find another way to do it. I don't know another way. The more accountable I got, the more clearer I got, and the more I could process things and overcome my own internal dialogue. But all that dialogue was beneficial because it gave me a point of reference to change what I had to change. To help discover a new way. Now, if you're not looking for a new way, that's fine. We don't have to always be consciously aware of our life 24/7. But I'm suggesting if you're in struggle, this could be a way out. This could definitely be a way out. It worked for me, and I was hardcore, real hardcore, just full on lunatic. I didn't know what fear was. I was scared. I was always scared. Always scared. I was scared every day. But I couldn't acknowledge that. And the reason why I couldn't acknowledge it, because I felt I was weak if I acknowledged that. Oh my God, the power that I wasn't tapping into was phenomenal. Because as soon as I did tap into it, I found freedom in it. I found freedom in there. Again, not instant gratification, but it was there. So it's all a paradox. If you want a paradox, if you want to step out and look at a new way of coping. And in my next talk, I'll have a feeling chart to help people identify some of the feelings. I'll do it tomorrow, actually, that people could use as a point of reference to understand their own emotions, instead of thinking it's just everybody else's fault, the reason why you are what you are, because it's not. There's a new world. It's up to you if you want it. Seek and you'll receive. Search and you shall find. There's many things we don't know that's available, so we don't look for it because we don't think it's available. But if you know it's available, and you know you should be doing something different, well, then that lays on your shoulders, nobody else's. So yeah, it's important that all pain is ultimately is identified. Ultimately is identified. And when you're going through it, you got to, you know, you don't see the benefits in it straight away. But your whole personality, so, well, a big part of it is based on your pain, your heartache. You live from that now. But what are you living from it? Are you living? Have you grown from it, or are you just protecting yourself from it now? There is a difference. There is a difference. If you're protecting yourself from it, get that hammer out and break that. It needs to be smashed. Have a good Monday. I've also, the book, you can get that on all the W's, kinghitbook.com. I've got a podcast. That's all the www.anchor.com.au, and I'm on Facebook. And yeah, leave a comment, subscribe. You know what you want to do. If you think the talk's deserving of other people listening to what I have to say, because it only enhances the word, or my word. I don't know. Well, I do know where it's going to go. I just don't know. I just don't know the time frame of it. But it's perfect at the moment, and that's the main thing. And have a great day. Take care.